He's not dead. He's raising his hand. He's raising his hand. Ekow, Simpson. It has been a sad news for the people of Cape Coast this past week. I decided to make this video because I had to do it. Just 4 days ago, there was a gory accident that took place at the UCC, I think second gate when you're coming through from Cape Coast, opposite Oasis. There were two cars were parked with a tricycle in between, and then one tipper truck. Yes, this tipper truck from Elmina side crashed and killed people. 2-3 days later, today, Saturday 21st of June 2025, it has really rained. We've had one of the heaviest rain in Cape Coast to me. And I had a call, from Cape Coast from home. Hey, the water, the rain is disturbing. I had to drive to Cape Coast and, early this morning, Saturday, just to check it out, solve issues in my house because the rains were very heavy. Now, on my way back to Salt Pond, I stumbled on a lot of people in a lot of cars, and I was like, hey, what is going on? I got down, I asked someone, and one of the oldest buildings in Cape Coast has collapsed. And the number of people who were there to watch and to support and to, assist the police, the NADMO, the fire service, it was beautiful because, the people of Cape Coast, Africans, in Yankasano, ye binoma, ye we huma barma yehu. Inti imbribiara bibi besino, yabuabwa yehu na yakwabwa. Ye ebibifu hinu suban. So I saw a lot of people there trying to, assist with the search. And unfortunately, 3 people, were trapped under the collapsed building. Okay? They were trapped under the collapsed building. And the sad part is that I got there about 8 o'clock, 8:39. Let's say 9 o'clock. I got there about 9 o'clock up to 12 o'clock. Just a common bulldozer to come and clear, the debris in order for the fire people and the indigents to find whoever is trapped there. I mean, that was something that wasn't the best for the system that is running in Cape Coast. This is emergency. People were dying. They were trapped. But let's move forward. At the end of the day, through the partnership between the locals, the fire service, the police, and then the NADMO, they were able to rescue one young boy. I think he's below 18, around 18 there. He was trapped in there. And one thing, when he was being brought out, I think to me, I saw him making a fist that he's been able to come out. That is what I saw. I mean, it was so emotional for me. Being trapped in this for like more than 2 to 3, 4 hours. It is God. So after that, he was taken to the hospital. We stood there for some time and trying to get the other 2. There were one old man and one old woman. And at the end of the day, they couldn't make it. They couldn't make it. So we've lost lives this past week in Cape Coast. But I think, we would all want to suggest, people who came there were suggesting that, one brother called Manike suggested that London Bridge is the city center, part of the city center, going to Kingsway. So all these places shouldn't be a residential places for people. It should be businesses, restaurants. When it comes to tourism in Cape Coast, we lack a lot because the people are not ready to be evacuated to a certain place where these places could be used for something beneficial to the whole community and to the whole of Ghana. We've lost life. Fast forward, there are a lot of old buildings in Cape Coast. That is why we call Cape Coast ancient capital. That was the former capital of Ghana. Okay, and we have a lot of old buildings, very old buildings, and that is one of them. Unfortunately, this was its time to collapse, and it went with people. So the MC, the regional minister, the traditional council, the leaders in Cape Coast, and us, how can we make Cape Coast a better place? How can we redesign Cape Coast, but still with a touch of tourism, with a touch of the ancient feeling in there? Because when you go through that lane, what do you call this? Ashanti Road to Crew Town to London Bridge, some part of Inten, some part of Kingsway. We have a lot of these old buildings. I think that we should send out is it architect or engineers to go, measure the strength or the status of all these old houses. If they realize it's something that poses an issue, they should bring it down. They should bring it down. Because this building that collapsed, it was the back of the building that collapsed. What if it was the whole building that came down? And there were stores. There were stores under the building. There were stores under the building. And these people, it was a Saturday, so they had opened their shops. You see? And this happened very early in the morning, like 7. I learned 7. So if it had happened around 12 o'clock, where everybody might be in the house, where the store owners will be, no, God, that would have been something else. So it has not been good for Cape Coast. If you're Cape Coast, you're watching from Central Region, Ghana, this is what happened today. It wasn't good, but we give thanks and praise to the Almighty for saving the younger brother. And then we also, thank God for, the lives of our older brother and then an auntie who lost their lives under this, heavy rain that collapsed this building. It wasn't only Cape Coast. In the news, there were floods in Maury. There were floods in Sin. I mean, there were in a lot of places, and it was an eyesore. So I think that is nature. The rains are nature, but we would have to find a way to deal with it. We don't have to build in waterways. I mean, there are a lot of things that we have to intentionally do to save ourselves from some of these things. Say this is what you go through in the within the week. Accident. We see what. I also learned one happened at Agri, and then it's too much. It even makes some of us don't want to go out, don't want to drive out, but we need to go out and face the world. So hey, thank you very much for checking me out. If you guys of Ekow Simpson, and I report for Cape Coast Central Region. Peace out.
And then it is believed that there are some people inside this building. So fire service is here. And then, the ordinary guys too are also here. I mean, the locals are here trying to help, dig out, they're asking for sofas. The fire service is here, but I don't know. So that is the structure over there. It's a very old structure, very, very old structure. And it's made of, I think, bricks. So as you can see, a lot of clay being, removed from the collapse so that they could get the people. This is housing. I mean, it's a place for people here. And then it's also, people stay here, and then others also have it as a shop in front there. So when I came around, I saw people trying to get their stuff from the shop. And here at the back is where we believe that some people have been trapped. And so Nadmo is also here. I've seen Nadmo here. And then I've also seen the locals doing their best to save whoever has been trapped inside there. This is not good for Cape Coast. So this is the structure that collapsed behind, and people have already, removed their stuff from the shops, and so we are still waiting for the excavator to come and clear this place. Okay, so like I said, people had shops in there, so it's broken. It's collapsed behind. So they are scared this part will also go down very soon. But like I said, there's NADMO here, there is fire service here, and then I think there's the police. So they are mixed. So this guy owns a shop there. This guy here owns a shop there. Yo, Charlie, what happened? I think say your shop you did there. So you did there where that thing happened?
Yeah, I don't know where that thing happened. We did inside where you hear the noise.
Say the break for the back there. But people they under.
Yeah, people they under. Almost like.
Oh, Charlie. This is crazy.
Almost like
yeah.
Some boy there. Some boy and some madness.
Yeah. Charlie. After this, then for break the whole place down. Yeah, this thing there, you guys can't go back inside. Yo, Abai. Yeah, so that brother right there has a shop here, and that is his shop. He owns a boutique. So since he said they were inside, morning duties, when they heard a big bang at the back, and the back of the house has collapsed. So we are still waiting for the excavator to come and help excavate, those at the back. Let me see if I can give you. This is just at London Bridge. So that is the bridge there, London Bridge. There's another London Bridge over there. So this is the back of the building. Okay, if you can see it clearly. That is the back of the building there. This is an old structure, like, British kind of building. This is very old. Now, when you come to Cape Coast, there are a lot of old structures like this. So, I think this is an eye-opener for the CCMA to at least go out there and look out for old buildings that may cause such, problems, to do their best to, do something about it. But for now, people are still waiting for the excavator, the so-called excavator. I've seen there's a big truck here. Maybe if the excavator comes, this is what they're going to collect the debris with. So that is the fire service people right there. People are, disturbed. Women are talking. Everybody is disturbed and everything because the fact is we have somebody locked inside there. We are still expecting something to be done here. People are coming around from all sides of Cape Coast, coming to see what is happening here. Yo, soldier. I say, yeah, boy, check it.